two main things. I think that Vera got off way too easy. So she murders Jeffries in cold blood, which he's a creep, fine, let's completely give her a pass. But she still steals Julian away from Marin and then really cruelly freezes Marin out, doesn't even let her see him at all, which starts this whole chain of events, which gets all these people killed. She tries to steal Julian again in this episode, and I get she's doing it out of love, so I guess she gets a bit of a pass, but I still think she should have gotten more criticized, I guess, and towards the end, I guess she makes up for it by burning Mosswood, and I guess maybe what they were trying to say was Jeffries, the cult leader, he had this idea that we all have this darkness and evil. Maybe he just had this darkness and evil and he projected it on everyone else, but he felt there was this darkness and evil, so we had to create this scapegoat and we project all our darkness onto him, and then we all as a community kill the scapegoat, and then, you know, that purges us of all our evil. Now with Vera, she felt so much guilt for taking part in this and, you know, helping Jeffries do all these evil things that she saw Julian the opposite way, as not a scapegoat, but instead this kind of martyr figure, and she put all the dreams of redemption onto him. And in some sense, it wasn't as bad as what Jeffries did, but it also caused a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. So whether you make someone a scapegoat like Jeffries or whether you make someone a martyr like Vera tried to do with Julian, it's still going to end in tragedy. You have to just treat people like people rather than these icons. And then the other thing that was interesting is just how ordinary everything turned out to be, and the conspiracy, or lack thereof really. It turned out that there's this guy Jack, took advantage of a young woman, one of the most ordinary, unfortunately, things that there is. It seemed like everyone in the town was part of this shadowy conspiracy, but no, everyone in the town just probably looked the other way or didn't really see how evil Jack was because he was, you know, charming and seemed like the guy next door. It seemed like this cult had all these weird beliefs and maybe superpowers, but really it was just a creepy guy who got a bunch of other guys together and they like to abuse women. So again, just some of the most ordinary human, unfortunately, things. And it turns out there really was no grand conspiracy. It was just ordinary people, a mother, another woman who got very attached, and just these ordinary, you know, human fears and jealousies. And then just coincidences rather than everything being tied together and interconnected. No, they're just things that coincidentally happen to go together. So Heather's mom dies around the same time of Julian being born, Marin going missing, and you think it has to be connected in some way, but no, it was just, those things just happened to happen together. There's no greater meaning. And all this stuff we heard about the minotaur and the maze, and, you know, you go through your own maze and you find yourself as the enemy at the center. It turns out that Jack's shipping company, who he's giving these, you know, child support payments to Vera Mosswood, the shipping company's the name is the guy, the Greek guy who came up with the idea of a minotaur in the mythology. So again, just the most ordinary kind of explanations, which in some sense is good because it's realistic. In another sense, it's a little disappointing because, like, early in the season, I just felt there was such intrigue and there were so many different ideas and stuff being explored. For them to wrap it up in such a, some sense, ordinary way, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. And I guess I'm still confused. I don't understand. So Vera's henchman, who led the cops away and let Vera try to escape with Julian in this last episode, he was there at the motel when Julian poisoned Bess and Adam, but he didn't have anything to do with it. It was just, he was just going there kind of after the fact to try to bring Julian back. And why did Julian just snapped? I guess the show ends, I still don't understand the fundamental, like, original mystery that we were trying to solve. Hopefully I didn't pay enough close attention. If you can help me out with that, just like, why did Julian do it, and did Vera's henchman have anything to do with the original crime at all? But anyways, a pretty good season. I'm always a little disappointed just because I feel like each season starts out with so much potential. There's so much intrigue and mystery, and I never feel they quite nail the ending. And I feel the seasons, they wrap things up, but they never just nail it. So I'm still waiting, but I feel like the show is just going to keep going season after season. I read an article with the showrunner. He says there's going to be another season. Ambrose will be back. They actually said he doesn't want to solve Ambrose's issues too fast, because they want to keep bringing him back and keep having his own issues, you know, be reflected in whatever case he's trying to solve. So the nice thing is they're going to get another shot to, I think, really nail it, because, again, it's good, and I'm definitely excited for the next season, but I don't think they've quite nailed it yet, so maybe next season.